What are this? It looks like someone is dancing on the keyboard or someone who doesn't know how to write alphabets. Okay, so basically these are the few example of regular expression or regex. This is how it looks like. Quite weird, right? Yes, but it has its own meaning and it is very powerful. Believe me, it's damn easy. So if you want to learn about regex, like what is regex and how to write it, or if you already know it but you have some kind of doubt, or if you are facing some kind of difficulties while learning regex, then you are in the right place. Believe me, you will write much more complex expression than this if you follow all of my videos related to regex. Hello everyone, this is Gaurav here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I'll be providing you a great content related to programming languages, technologies and so on. This is the first video of RegEx series. This video will be all about introduction of regular expression or regex. Now let's get started. Okay, so as in the beginning I already told you that this video will be all about introduction to regular expression or regex. So basically I have divided this video into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So today I'll be talking about part 1 and in the next video I'll be talking about part 2. Now let's see today's agenda. Yeah, so today we'll be learning about why should we learn regex, how powerful it is, and what are the use cases or application that it has. Now let's start. Okay, I can say in order to start anything new, now it's not all about regex, but it can be anything, any technology, any programming languages, anything that you are learning, right? You have to have some kind of motivation in order to start or in order to continue learning, right? Without that it is very difficult, right? So let's ask few questions like why should we learn regex, how powerful it is, and what are the use cases or applications that it has. Now if you have the answer for these questions, I can say you will definitely get motivation in order to start regex. So basically I can say like data is something which is very important to us, right? No matter you are from which background, data is everywhere. So if you are a software engineer, then I can say every time or even every day you are dealing with data. And in order to deal with data, sometimes or we all are often using some searching technique, right? Searching technique means we want the data like as per as our requirement or the way we want from a given data set. That is all about searching, right? So we have some kind of searching technique, like I can say traditional searching technique. I can guarantee that most of you are familiar with this term, like Control plus F searching. So if you click Control plus F like in MS Word or Excel or let's say in PowerPoint or in Notepad, you can see there will be one pop-up will appear like the picture that I have in the right side, right? Where you can write anything like let's say here I am looking for product 1. So whatever you are looking for, you can write that within find word. And if you click on the find next, then you will get the exact match. Means wherever the product 1 is written, you will get that. Right? So this is called traditional searching mechanism or technique. Now it's great, but it has some kind of problem. Let's see what are the problem. So we cannot perform complex searching using this technique, traditional searching technique. Now hold on, what do we mean by complex searching? Okay, let me give you one example in that case. Now let's see, we need data for 10th to 29th of January, 11 to 12 p.m. for a particular product, let's say product 1. Now you can see like here we are having multiple criteria. So you cannot search with only product 1, right? You won't get that answer. So in that case we cannot do with traditional approach. We cannot perform these things with the help of traditional mechanism. So in that case, what is the solution in that case? Yeah, solution is very easy, and the solution is RegEx or regular expression. So basically with the help of regular expression we can perform this kind of complex searching with some kind of pattern. So we will be writing some kind of pattern, with that we can do, or we can perform this kind of complex searching. Now let's see how we can perform complex searching with the help of regular expression or regex. This is Notepad++. So here basically I am having some dummy data or data set. So it is quite huge. So basically it is having like 1000 number of rows. Now let's perform all those searching technique over here. Okay. Now first I'm going to perform the traditional searching mechanism or technique, that is using Control and F. Now let's click Control then F. So here in find word you will write whatever you are looking for. Okay. So right now I'm looking for product 1. Let's write that. Okay. So by default it is case insensitive. If you want to make it as case sensitive you can do that as well. Now click on find next. So you can see wherever product 1 it is written, now it is showing that. Excellent. So basically it is working fine, right? Great. So now what about complex searching? Complex searching means what? I'm having multiple criteria. Multiple criteria means it is only one criteria I can say. I'm having multiple criteria. So those complex searching I cannot perform with the help of traditional approach or mechanism. For that I have to use regular expression. Now let's see what are my criteria first. So for my first criteria should be the date, that should be 10th to 29th of January. Second one should be time, that should be 11 to 12 p.m. And the third one should be product 1, the name of the product. So here you can see something written as regular expression. Now click on that first. So after that whatever you will write over here, whatever, that should be treated as regex or regular expression, not a normal expression. One more thing, like this regular expression, it is this feature is available in Notepad++. You cannot do the same thing using Notepad. So now basically I'm going to write some kind of pattern using regex. So with that I'm going to fulfill my criteria. So let me write that now. So basically I'm done with some pattern. Now let me click on find next. Okay, click on this. You can see like there are total 44 such kind of entries which are satisfying all my 3 criteria. You can see like date, time as well as product. Okay, so I think now you can understand like how powerful it is. Okay, so basically you might be wondering like what kind of expression that I have written over here. So basically it's very simple expression. You will be writing much more complex than this if you follow all my video lectures. So I'll be providing you everything about it, how to write expression. So now I hope that you have understood like how we can perform complex searching using regex. Now let's go back to the slide. All right, so we have one application in our bucket, and that is complex searching. Now is there any other application of regex? Is there or not? Yes, we have one more application, and I can say which is a mostly used application for regex, and that is a validation. Okay, so a validation means it is like this. So basically we will be writing some kind of pattern using regex, and that pattern will follow some kind of policy. Okay, so whatever the input that we will get from the user, that should follow that policy or that pattern, then only we will accept it. Otherwise we will reject it and we will say that it is invalid format, something like that. So you can create your own policy as well. So that is what I have written, like regex is used to create those kind of pattern. It will only accept input from user if that is following that pattern, otherwise not. So that is how we can validate a input, like whether it is a valid data or invalid data based on the policy. Now using validation, you can say like we can stop receiving unwanted data. So it is not like that whatever the user will type, we will take that. It's not like that. Okay, so let's see how validation works. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how basically validation works with the help of regular expression. So as you can see right now I am in browser. Now let's create one Gmail account. So now I'm going to create one Gmail account. Let's type create Gmail, click on the first link. Okay, I want to create one account. Yeah, so here you can see it is a typical form, right? There is some field where I have to provide my value. Based on that, my user or my account will be registered in Google, right? So now let me write those value. Okay, so let me use my existing one. Let's change some bit so that it would be available. Okay, now let's set some kind of password. Okay, now I'm going to set a very simple password. Let's see, 1 2 3 4. Now I'm showing you. So as you can see here, I have typed like 1 2 3 4. Now let's click on next. Oops, there is some error. Now what it is showing? It is showing use 8 characters or more for your password. Okay, let's type 5 6 7 8. 8 or more, right? 1 2 3 4 7 8. Now click on next. Oops, one more error. What is this? Please choose a strong password. Okay, try a mix of letters, number and symbol. Okay, so as you can see, this is a policy. Policy means here according to this policy I can enter at least 8 or more character, and in that character I should have a mix letters, numbers and symbol. So basically this policy is created by Google. You can create your own policy as well, and based on that policy, one expression that is written behind in code, and with that whatever I'm going to type over here, that is going to be validated, right? Whether it is following this specific format or policy or not, right? Now let's follow the policy. Okay, so I'm using mix character, some symbol, then number as well, right? So now I'm going to follow the policy. Okay, now let's write the same thing over here. Now what I am doing right now, I am following the policy for password fill, whatever the policy that has been created or maintained by, I can say, Google. Now if I click on next, then it will work. So basically like this you can create your own policy. Let's say for your policy you would need one more symbol, okay, or for your policy you would need at least 9 characters, whatever. So based on that, one regular expression pattern will be created, and with that pattern it will validate. See, for 1 2 3 4 it is invalid password according to Google. So according to Google it is invalid password, means now they cannot take this value from input. So thus we can stop using or stop receiving unwanted data from user. Now let's click on next. Yep, okay, so now it is working. So now I hope that you have understood how basically validation works with the help of regex. Now let's go back to the slide. Okay, so now we have one more application of regex in our bucket, and that is validation. Now let's see one more application of regex, and that is replacement. So before going to tell you what replacement is, just look at this picture that we have in the right side. So in the left side, whatever the time that we have, like 712, 532, these all are at the input data set, right? Now we have somehow converted it into different format. Like 712 we have written in this way, 12 minute past 7. Now we can do this with the help of regex. So now see what do we mean by replacement. Replacement means formatting the data the way we want from a input data set. So basically using regex we can find a pattern, okay, and then we can format it. So whatever the input data set that is provided to you, based on that you will write some kind of pattern and then you will convert it into a different format. So I could say, like, after validation, replacement is something which is mostly used. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to do this in the upcoming videos. For now, let's understand it in application point of view. Yeah, now we have one more application in our bucket, and that is replacement. So now it's time to sum it up whatever we have learned today. So far we have seen three main application or use cases of regex. One is complex searching, then data validation, and the last one replacement. So basically I hope that you have understood, like, what are the use cases or application that it has, number one. Number two, how powerful it is, and number three, why should you learn regex. So with that, I hope that you got enough motivation in order to start regular expression. Okay, so that's all for this video. In the next video, that is Introduction to Regular Expression Part 2, we will discuss about what is regex, what do you mean by regex engine, and generic step of writing any regular expression. So that's all for today. So I hope you have understood all concept. If you found this video as informative, you can share it with your friends. If you have any doubt, no problem, you can write that in comment section. I will give you reply for sure. So now take care, tata, bye bye.